the Orlando Magic, 21-51. Additions: Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Robin Lopez. They lost Otto Porter Jr. to go help Steph Curry so he can finally make the playoffs without Clay and KD. And this is a season of growth for the Orlando Magic. Isaac's return, what is he going to do? Figuring out the center position between Wendell and Mo Bamba. Who's going to be that long-term starter for us if any of them are going to be that, because we're not sure if they can be that yet. But this is just a season of growth. I don't think Magic fans should be expecting anything too crazy. Let's just see how good Suggs is. Let's see who our center of the future is. Let's give Isaac time to return back from his ACL injury. And maybe Chuma Okeke surprises us all. But I don't. And also off of Markelle Fultz's injury. So you have two of your best players coming off of injury, a rookie, and a centers that you don't know what they're going to be yet. This, to me, is a team that smells like the worst team in the Eastern Conference. Yeah. There's too many question marks around them.
Oh, yeah. For me and Wendell actually have the same birthday. It's crazy.
I thought that wasn't your boy.
It's not, but we have the same birthday. So actually just got me mad, honestly. It's crazy. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. This is a development year for the young guys. I don't see guys like Etwan Moore, MCW,
Gary Harris.
I feel like Terrence Ross will be gone by the deadline. I don't think guys like that, not because they're not good players. It's just this is development year. They have a lot of young talent. Cole Anthony is there. I think Gary Harris should probably get some run because he's still relatively young, but he'll probably be gone if they can by the deadline. RJ Hampton is going to be getting some run. Mo Bamba's getting run. Wagner. Isaac will be back soon. Fultz will be back. He is hurt for the first couple months of the season, but he will be back. Cole Anthony, like I said, Okeke, Franz Wagner. Like this is a development year. This is just a year to see what our young talent is, what can we improve on, who stays and who goes. They drafted guards last year and they drafted guards this year. So this is really kind of a competition to see what guards are kind of going to stick. This is obviously smells like you said, one of the worst teams in the East. This sounds like a team that's probably not going to be competitive like the other teams we named and the team we're going to name after this. But this is just a development year, just to see how Jonathan Isaac looks after the two injuries he sustained in back-to-back years, if he is worth even keeping because of his injury concern. Same with Fultz. To see what Cole Anthony's going to look like. RJ Hampton, I heard he's now about 6'7", 6'8", so that's interesting to see. Mm-hmm. Chuma Okeke, he blossomed last year to see what he's going to do. Just nothing but a development year for Orlando. Orlando should be optimistic, They got Jalen Suggs. Sure. They got a lot of young talent. Just be optimistic about this year just to see what we're going to see from our young talent. Don't be too up and down. Don't be upset. These are young guys. They're going to make mistakes. But nonetheless, just see how they play and see the potential.
You guys said it all. I mean, I'm not high on the Magic, obviously. I picked them to be my worst team in the NBA, so I'm going to stay consistent. I think they are probably going to be the worst team in the East. Do we know when Isaac is going to come back?
He is actually cleared for the first day, but they're not rushing him.
Okay.
I mean, he'll probably be back in late November.
It makes sense not to rush him, but I feel like if
Isaac said if it was up to him, he would play on opening night.
Which is real of him. And if Isaac is like that, right? Let's say he's everything that these Orlando fans say that he is in the comments, which he is a very good ball player when he's healthy, obviously. I guess their ceiling for me, obviously, I don't know how much of an impact he'd really have in terms of winning games for them. I guess I would still say around 12, 13. It's just as good as he could possibly be. I just look at the rest of this roster, and it's just not it as a whole. Mo Bamba, up until this point, sure, he's 23 years old, but he's been relatively a disappointment. The Franz Wagner selection, obviously, we spoke about Jalen Suggs. That's a home run pick. That's definitely the piece for the future. It's like he's a potential all-star type caliber player. I do have that high of a belief in Jalen Suggs. He's going to be a firm player. He just gives you everything that you want in a point guard. I just think that you look at Franz Wagner, sure, you take a guy, jack of all trades, a Swiss Army knife type player, but at that position, at the 8th pick overall, your need as of right now is a consistent, firm, big, or just trying to look for the future, if anything. You take that 8th pick, you trade it. It's not like Franz Wagner. The backcourt already is so stacked. I know Franz Wagner is more of a 3. I just am not all in on going Franz Wagner there. I just would have personally just taken it, traded it, moved back, if anything. Maybe take a guy like Kai Jones. Figure out what's going on with your center position and address it, because that's the one that clearly needs addressing. They have way too many people in their backcourt. I just don't think that Magic fans are expecting anything out of the Magic this year, and justifiably.
Franz Wagner looks like a much worse pick because James Bucknight is killing.
He's different. I've been telling people.
We said he could be
And the reason why the Magic didn't take James Bucknight was because they just had too many guards. I mean, R.J. Hampton, Cole Anthony.
Then you took Suggs,
Fultz,
though.
Suggs.
To the point, you thought that they weren't even going to take Suggs because they had so many guards.
I felt like
Me too.
if a perfect draft for me, Orlando-wise, would have been Kuminga and Bucknight, or Barnes and Bucknight. That would have been for me, but obviously Jalen Suggs. I don't know if you have to take him, but it definitely makes it an easier pick. You feel much more better because I think Jalen Suggs is a much more finished product. You know what you're gonna get. Kuminga, question mark. Scotty, potential is there, but there's a question mark with him as well. Man, Orlando Magic.
I feel bad for them.
I just feel like you guys have mentioned everything. This is just a year for development. It's just a rebuilding year, and this is their first year of their rebuild, which is always tough for teams.
Yep.
They just traded Nikola Vucevic, their franchise center. They just traded Aaron Gordon to Denver. All these guys are leaving. Terrence Ross is leaving.
They left Fournier walk.
Yeah, all these guys, they're finding new places. This is a completely retooled rebuild. If I'm Orlando, I want to be the worst team in the NBA.
For sure.
But just be competitive and knowing my young guys are playing well. I want to get Chet. I want to get Amani. I want to get Hardy. I want to get even Griffin. I want to get these players. It's just too many question marks, injuries, the center position still, the guards, Markelle Fultz, is he going to pan out? R.J. Hampton, I told y'all last year that I think he's the best guard among that three that they had in Cole and Markelle. And I stand by that because now it's 6'7", 6'8". He can be a 2 and even 3 if he transforms his body enough and fits into that play style.
Yeah, I heard he's grown to 6'7".
But R.J. Hampton, he can be he could be a star player.
Don't look it up because I don't think they updated it.
I know. I was gonna say it says
Hampton
6'4".
can be a star player, and I told y'all that he can be that. That I think he was the best amongst those three guards. So we'll see how they develop. New coach Jamal Mosley.
Yep. Excited to see him.
New culture. Let's see what the Magic do this upcoming season.